Israeli defense soldiers step onto Kent State's campus, sharing their experience amidst a growing protest. We tell you what countries are involved and where President Trump stands as he plans to unveil many new tariffs tomorrow.
TikTok is once again at risk as the temporary ban is coming to an end this Saturday unless another company buys it. All of these stories and more as Kent Stater TV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County, and welcome to Kent Stater TV News. I'm Lillian Drabick.
And filling in for Matt Corrali, I'm Josh Aponte. Thank you so much for joining us.
Last night, an event hosted by students supporting Israel came to Kent State for a discussion.
The purpose was to spread awareness among college students of how media portrays Israel Defense Force soldiers. Our reporter Emma Campbell is here to give us a recap of the event.
That's right, guys. I visited the student center where Kent State students supporting Israel hosted 3 Israeli defense soldiers.
Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Tensions were high as students, faculty, and community members gathered for the Triggered the Tour from Combat to Campus, a KSU student supporting Israel event. The event featured personal stories from 3 Israel Defense Force soldiers who fought in Gaza following the Hamas attacks in Israel on October 7th.
I think college students are the one who are most influenced. They are old enough for new ideas, to feel stuff, to get new ideas, and they are young enough still to be inspired.
Right outside of the event, protesters chanted for the soldiers to leave, and a few protesters who were inside the event were also escorted out.
I think it's horrendous.
The IDF soldiers are headed to Tiffin University April 7th, where they say they will continue to try and increase awareness about fighting in Gaza. For Kent Stater TV, I'm Emma Campbell.
Thanks, Emma. Last night, in response to the appearance of the Israeli Defense Force soldiers on campus, Students for Justice in Palestine and other student groups organized a protest outside the student center.
Our reporter Michael Neenan has the story.
Last night, protesters gathered on the K outside the student center in protest of the Israel Defense Force soldiers on campus. The soldiers arrived in Kent as part of the event Triggered the Tour, Combat to Campus.
This goes directly against Kent State values. This goes directly against human values. And on top of that, it completely desecrates the memory of those lost on May 4th, 1970.
So every single flag here represents 100 children killed in Gaza by IDF soldiers who are upstairs, and they were in the front lines of Palestine and the Lebanon borders, so they were actively participating in the genocide.
However, students supporting Israel, the organization that brought the soldiers to campus, say the speakers can share an important perspective on the conflict in Gaza.
So they're just going to talk about their experience of going to war, what they went through, all of their hardships, like facing terrorism, defeating terrorism. Many of their friends died, because many of the people in the war, 18 to 21, the soldiers, which is our age, so a lot of college students can relate to that.
After waiting for the attendees to come down, the protesters left at around 9 p.m.
But not before exchanging words with guests who attended the event. Despite this, the event ended peacefully.
They have no idea what's going on, but it's their First Amendment right. I believe they're allowed to protest. They have a right to express their feelings. We're here. They're allowed to be here. I mean, it's open campus.
The protest organizers say it is important to make their voices heard.
It makes me happy to see so many different people, all of different backgrounds, of different religions, of different races, and it makes me so happy to see them and come out and see that we are all supporting this one cause.
The university released a statement saying they uphold First Amendment rights of free speech and peaceful assembly, and they permit groups and individuals on campus to speak about topics they consider important.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
Well, if we thought we'd be seeing spring this early in April, then maybe we're all fools. There's been a common trend so far really the last 3 months, and that's cloudy skies over Kent, Ohio, and low temperatures. Look, 47 degrees. You know, it's not the lowest that we've seen in the last month, but mixing with those clouds, it feels quite cold outside. I was wearing my big puffy winter jacket this afternoon. Sunset tonight at 7:50 p.m., but let's see how it looks into the evening. Going over into your hourly forecast, those temperatures are going to drop throughout the night, 40, 37, 36. Cloud coverage, thankfully, minimal throughout the evening, but not going to make much of a difference for us as that sun sets. And then let's take a look at tomorrow morning. On your walk to class, you're gonna have to bundle up, guys. On your walk to class, you're gonna have a bit of thunder, some showers, and a temperature of 66 degrees for your high. Low at 62 degrees, but then we've got these 17-mile-per-hour winds. If you've ever walked on campus and you felt the wind, then you know this rain and the cold's not going to feel much better with wind in the mix there. 66% humidity, sunrise at 7:06 a.m., which is, you know, good for you early risers, and then sunset at 7:52 p.m. So it's going to keep getting later and later, which we love to see. But, you know, we haven't quite kicked this gray sky habit yet. But maybe our 7-day forecast has the sun that you're looking for. Stick around.
Thanks, Alton. This morning's events may have made it difficult for Kent State students to get to class as I-76 was closed for hours. This was due to an Amazon semi-truck rolling over and blocking all westbound lanes at around 6:45 a.m. The highway was closed until 11:30. However, the ramp to Route 43 still remains closed. The truck driver is being treated for minor injuries and is being charged with failure to maintain control.
Saturday, April 5th, there will be a protest in downtown Kent at the gazebo. Organizers say the message to the world is that we do not consent to the destructions of our government and our economy for the benefit of Trump and his billionaire allies. The time of the event will be 3 to 5 p.m., and more information can be found on handsoff2025.com.
Today marks the start of the annual Kent and Ravenna Mayor's Food Challenge. For those of you unaware of this month-long event, Mayor Fiala is challenging Kent to help in the fight against hunger in a competition against Ravenna. Food banks are an important resource to many Portage County residents as food prices are on the rise. To those looking to participate, donations can be dropped off in the police department lobby.
Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Justice Department will seek the death penalty for the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. We have more information on the decision when we return.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Can you concern with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Planting seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. One book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance. So we're gonna put some ants in their pants.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day.
They have the time.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in December, is once again in the headlines.
Attorney General Pam Bondi has stated that should Mangione be convicted on capital murder charges, he could potentially face the death penalty. Now he is pleading not guilty to state charges and has filed a federal criminal complaint that has not yet been indicted. For more in national news, we'll go to our KSTV correspondent Avery Rigney.
Good evening, Avery.
Good evening, Lillian and Josh. There's plenty to cover tonight with national news, starting with a Maryland father's accidental deportation. The federal government has admitted that the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement deported a Maryland father to El Salvador due to an administrative error. Though Kilmar Abrego Garcia has had legal status since 2019, the government has argued to a judge that there is very little the U.S. courts can do to release him from Salvadorian custody. Civil rights groups are urging the U.S. Supreme Court to block the Trump administration from sending immigrants to what's called a brutal foreign prison. This comes after President Trump filed an emergency appeal seeking to use the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to expedite the deportation of alleged gang members. Trump's authority was appealed, and the Supreme Court is expected to make a decision soon. This morning, an official at the Health and Human Services sent an email to some employees saying their positions are being eliminated, and it's not due to their work performance. On top of the 10,000 full-time employees who exited their jobs voluntarily, 10,000 more employees will have their job positions cut. The FDA and CDC are among these departments who are expected to have cuts. 23 states, including Washington, D.C.'s Democratic attorney generals, are suing the Trump administration over a $12 billion rollback in public health funding. This lawsuit's claim the cuts are unlawful and unharmful, which target HHS and Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The suit aims to stop funding cuts, claiming they will result in the loss of vital public health services and healthcare jobs. The U.S. Senate is set to consider a resolution to block tariffs on Canadian goods, with a few Republicans potentially joining Democrats in support, though some remain concerned. Countries like South Korea, China, and Japan are preparing to retaliate. Meanwhile, the U.S. stock market is recovering from its worst quarter in years. President Trump and his allies continue promising a brighter future with domestic manufacturing. For more stories relating to the nation's news, check out KentStater.com. For Kent Stater TV, I'm Avery Rigney.
Thanks, Avery. According to the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey conducted by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the number of job openings have fallen. What was once 7.76 billion available jobs at the beginning of the year fell to 7.57 billion this February. The uncertainty of the economy is attributed to be a likely cause of employers pulling back on the hiring process.
The time is on the clock yet again for TikTok. Another potential ban of the app in the United States could be just days away. TikTok's parent company ByteDance has until Saturday, April 5th, or it will face a ban by the states. A number of potential buyers include social media influencer Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast. U.S. lawmakers have long been concerned that TikTok poses a national security risk.
Concert goers will be excited to hear that last night President Trump signed an executive order targeting price gouges for ticket resellers. Attending the signing was Kid Rock, an American rapper and musician. The order states that the Federal Trade Commission must make sure that competition laws are being enforced, as well as the sellers are transparent with the fees that they are charging.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. New research shows that lines at Chick-fil-A move the fastest, and it consistently gets more orders right with a 92% accuracy rate since 2019. Burger King and McDonald's are next with 88%, and KFC has struggled at 81%. How does Chick-fil-A keep the top spot? By dispatching elite drone-equipped analytics squads to assess each restaurant.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
There's no other way to say it. It's been a chilly one across the Buckeye State today. All you need to know is that when Cincinnati's has the same temperature as the Akron-Canton region, you're in for a cold one. Along shoreline, Toledo at 46 degrees today. Columbus, the warmest at 57 degrees. And then Athens, it's the coldest at 43 degrees today. Let's take a closer look at your neck of the woods here. Along the shoreline, actually seeing some warmer temperatures at 59 degrees in Sandusky, 57 degrees in Cleveland, and then 53 degrees in Ashtabula. South in Mansfield, 57 degrees, 55 degrees in Worcester, and Akron-Canton, 53 degrees. Kent, not quite the coldest thanks to Youngstown, but we're sitting at a chilly 52 degrees today for our high. And let's take a look at your 7-day forecast here. So on Wednesday, I told you about this earlier, we're going to have thunderstorms. An 88% chance of thunderstorms. Those are going to be happening throughout the day, but you can expect to see them as early as tomorrow morning. High of 66, low of 32. Thursday, cloudy, but no storms. High of 68, low of 43. Friday, the cloud coverage continues of a high 58, low of 47. And then I hate to break it to you, but your weekend's going to be wet, and it's going to have thunder throughout. Saturday, high 62, low 42. Sunday, high 45, low 34. Monday, we get some sun back, high of 44, low of 26. And then Tuesday, high 36, low of 28, but those both have slight chance for rain. Take a look at this. It's all over the place. All March, we were looking forward to April weather. I'm not ready to move the goalposts to May just yet, but we're just going to have to hang in there.
Well, the Guardians traveled out to the West Coast after their series win against the Royals. See who stood out in Game 1 of the series.
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help clean air for kids reach more children at IQAirFoundation.org.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Solo stage where the player spends most of it being hunted down by Infinite. The weapon that performed the best here was the Drill Wispen. Its ability to...
He finally is like, I get it now. I get it. I have worth because I'm me. And I really liked it a lot. Like, I'm not...
What are you staring at? How do you know it's me? No.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Bay Packers are calling for the ban of the tush push, a controversial play used by the Philadelphia Eagles. This play has given the Eagles great success in the past, especially during their most recent Super Bowl win. Today, the NFL were expected to discuss the decision. However, they decided to throw the ball away and continue the conversation again at the May Spring League meeting.
And Major League Baseball has unveiled a new weapon, the torpedo bat. They are designed with more wood in the area of the bat, most likely to make impact with the ball, giving batters a better chance for base hits and home runs. Major League Baseball has confirmed these bats are legal. The New York Yankees have the most players using these bats, and the team scored a whopping 32 runs in 2 games this weekend against the Milwaukee Brewers. Some players on the other teams using the bats include the Chicago Cubs and the Minnesota Twins.
With more in sports, we now look to our own sports correspondent, Evan Schofield.
Evan, what do you think of the torpedo bats?
Well, Josh, what I've seen from these bats, and I think it's lethal. Do I think they're fair? No, I don't. But it doesn't seem like the MLB is going to take it away from them anytime soon. We've seen some great success from the Yankees, and it's probably going to continue here in the beginning stages of this season. But we'll come back to the majors in just a moment, but for now, we're going to take things right to the gridiron. And guys, I am happy to announce that the KSU football team is up and running as the Golden Flashes took to the field yesterday morning for their first spring practice of 2025. It's safe to assume the 2024 season was everything but special as the Flashes went winless through all of their games. A few things to watch: a new quarterback competition and a rising secondary. Yes, it's only spring, but Kent football starts August 30th versus Merrimack. And Kent State softball's back today for a MAC doubleheader against the Ohio Bobcats. It started at 1 p.m. The Flashes dropped their first game in a close one with a final score of 1-2. The second game just concluded moments ago as Ohio won 8-2. The Bobcats have won 9 of the last 10 matchups against Kent State. Next up for the Flashes is a doubleheader against Ball State. And Kent State baseball hosted a midweek game against Mercyhurst earlier today, and they play Baldwin Wallace tomorrow, both starting at 3 p.m. Kent State is currently winning. So the Flashes are coming off a sweep of Toledo, highlighted by Jake Casey's homer and Rocco Bernardina's dominant relief pitching. Baldwin Wallace enters at 11-7 with Sean Kolnick pacing their offense with a .438 average and 15 multi-hit games. Welcome to sunny San Diego, where the Padres are 4-0, but the Guardians a hot team as well. First game of the series, the Guardians going to prove how hot they are with this dinger by Jose Ramirez. High drive to deep left field, that ball's gone. First home run for Ramirez on the season. What a way to get things going, 1-0 Guards. And it's coming down heavy here. Gavin Sheets says, I don't care. With a big hit, it may go, but it's off the wall. He scores both Jackson Merrill and Jake Cronenworth. 3 hits on the night for him. Padres take a 2-1 lead with a 1 bullet to right. Now it's the top of the third, time for Cleveland to get some momentum. It's Austin Hedges taking the pitch, and there it goes, a high fly ball down left field corner. It's fair, that one's gone. Cleveland creeping back here 2 innings later, and I know you know this guy. It's Gavin Sheets yet again. And guys, it's a fair ball. He brings 2 more home and 4 RBIs on the night. Padres run away with this one. 6-2 lead. They take the first W of the series. They advance to 5-0. First time in franchise history. Played tonight at 9:40. Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers are back at it tomorrow night in Rocket Arena at 7 p.m., facing off against conference foe New York Knicks. The Cavs get a prime matchup against top team as the Celtics creep on their record. They took a demanding win over New York the last time they faced off. Donovan Mitchell is the top point scorer in the league, having 24 points per game. On the other hand, Jalen Brunson averages 26. Catch it on ESPN. The magic number for the Cavs is 5 wins to lock in the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. But for more sports content, follow Kent Wired on all platforms and catch Overtime airing Fridays at 7. I'm Evan Schofield, KSTV Sports.
Thanks, Evan. Caitlin Clark is breaking records on the basketball court, but now in the sports card world. We'll tell you all the details on how much one of her signed rookie cards sold for after this.
You may know the FDA is responsible for approving new drugs and making sure those drugs are safe, high quality, and work the way they're supposed to. As part of its public health mission, the scientists and staff at FDA work to protect the American public by getting the accurate, science-based information they need to use medications wisely, all by asking questions and letting science lead to the answers.
Can you help me?
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
The breakout basketball star that revolutionized women's sports, Caitlin Clark, has been breaking records right and left. Clark broke the record for the most a woman's sports card sold for after her own signed Indiana Fever's rookie card sold for $366,000. The previous holder of the title belonged to Serena Williams, whose card sold for about $100,000 less.
And Arizona tea drinkers, get ready for this one. A new collaboration was announced on their Instagram with the social media star The Rizzler. The Instagram post has received well over 70,000 likes. The new drink is called Rizzberry and is said that after one sip, you will make the Rizz face. The drink can be ordered soon on drinkarizona.com. The Rizz face. Now, Lillian, can you do the Rizz face?
Oh, okay.
Let's see. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see.
your yours. All right. Not
I
bad.
can't do it as well. I don't know.
gotta have-
that one's
you
a
gotta
tough
have
one.
the high arching
eyebrow. I
eyebrow.
can't move the
Yeah.
eyebrow. That's the thing.
That's-
But you know what? I look forward to trying it because if it's good, we're gonna give it five big booms. Of course.
Right, of course.
Got to stick on brand with the
Of
Rizzler
course,
and
right.
AJ and Big Justice.
Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, visit our website at kentstater.com. I'm Joshua Ponte.
And I'm Lillian Drabick. Have a great evening, everyone.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow. I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agree, the scammers are out of control.
And we need to show them how to use a password manager. Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Great cake. I'll use MFA to verify my purchase. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to cisa.gov/secure-our-world.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
I'm ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.